there. Hunter Biden is a liar. And while Hunter Biden claimed that the only person that has evidence of a bribe is being locked up in LA, everyone needs to remember that his father is also President of the United States and is also head of the regime that is conducting the prosecution and witch hunt against all of his political opponents. So we had a very long deposition with Hunter today, presented a lot of evidence, and we look forward to him coming to a public hearing, which I would hope that he is willing and courageous to show up to after today's private deposition. I can take a few questions if you guys have them.
Was there any major breakthrough, like anything new that you learned that was significant, that was like an aha moment for you?
There will be a lot of things that come out in the transcription of the interview that comes out. One thing that was interesting to me is he lied when he was talking about Blue Star Strategies. He talked about not being involved in any thing between Blue Star Strategies, but yet we presented an email that showed he was involved. As a matter of fact, it was an email thread that he was a part of, talking about setting up Blue Star Strategies with Burisma. And also in the email thread, it talked about him making phone calls there. So he went from denying any involvement until we put evidence right in front of his face that he was, in fact, involved. And then when pressure was placed on Hunter Biden, he swung back to being, a poor, pitiful addict. And then when he wanted to brag about things, well, he was the smartest and most successful businessman in the room. But again, you can't show one single thing that Hunter Biden has ever sold or a product or a service except his own father. And that's a fact. And that's what the American people know.
Are you ready to vote for articles of impeachment? Do you think it's time to vote for articles of impeachment?
I already voted for articles of impeachment on Mayorkas, and I look forward to a trial in the Senate. We're going to finish our investigation, and once we get that completed, of course I would vote for impeachment. It's clear and obvious most Americans would vote for impeachment. It shows in poll after poll. Americans support impeaching Joe Biden.
What is the high crime or misdemeanor against Joe Biden?
Influence peddling, for one. We can see that he sold his father's name and business. That's been on display clearly for everyone to see. Perhaps maybe the only people that can't see evidence of that are the people that are blind and work in this town.
Did Hunter Biden contradict any prior testimony?
That he did. He claimed he wasn't involved in Blue Star Strategies until we put evidence right in front of his face. But there's a lot more to come. We need to continue our investigation, and we need to continue, and we need to have a public hearing. So, thank you.
Why has there been no January 6th hearing or a commission so far?
That's a question for the House Admin Committee that I'm not involved in. I've asked for a special committee, but that would be up to the Speaker.
It's been 3 years.
Yeah. I just introduced a bill on that today. Perhaps you could check it out. I had a press conference earlier.
Congresswoman, just to speak here, does anything about Joe Biden come up today?
Clear it up.
Okay.
Clear it up, please.
Clear it up. Everybody stay to the side, please. And also Braxton might be coming down, so just stay put. Outside, if you want to be by the door. If you want to be outside, I would make the move now. If you want to be on the sidewalk. Hey, up.
Just a foot.
Everybody take one more step back. And here comes Braxton and Mike.
Please move back.
We do it for you. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. Well, we have completed our proceedings today. To quote Congressman Issa, who was there, it was a big nothing, although I would amend it by saying it was probably a little nothing. Everything that we learned was what we knew before, which was that President Biden is not involved and has never been involved in his son's businesses, did not profit from them, did not partake of them financially in any way at all, and rendered no official benefit or favor to Hunter Biden's businesses. And the rest of it was picking over the flotsam and jetsam of this shipwrecked investigation, where they were talking about this meal or that meal or this chance meeting or that chance meeting, and all of it was much ado about nothing. And I think a bunch of our colleagues on both sides of the aisle left the day several hours early, and lucky them.
Yeah.
Mr. Swalwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. The Biden impeachment investigation is over, and we just witnessed its last breath. It's over after 6+ hours of Hunter Biden testifying. We learned today absolutely nothing. In fact, what I did see, though, and it was very interesting, was that Hunter exhausted the Republicans more than they exhausted him, in that they wanted to wear him down. I saw cruelty in a lot of the ways the questions were asked. I saw unnecessary delving into personal life matters that had nothing to do with anything being alleged, and he weathered it all. I just wish the public could have seen it, but I know why the public didn't see it, and the Republicans will never allow the public to see it. And you know who else did not want to see it? Was James Comer, because he hasn't been there for the last few hours, and I think he reflects what Mr. Issa said, which is this is a big nothing. So here we are, a couple days before government shutdown. It's time for Republicans to finally put this to bed, come up with a plan to fund the government, come up with a plan to fund our border needs, Ukraine's needs, Taiwan's needs, the Middle East needs, and end this sham impeachment, which is going and has gone exactly where we've said all along, nowhere.
Mr. Eskin.
Comer
Yes.
came out here and said that he wanted to have a public hearing with Hunter Biden. Do you support that?
You know, everybody should read the transcript when it's released. We're urging Chairman Comer to release it immediately so everybody can look over it. I don't see any particular purpose for doing that, given that Chairman Comer didn't want it done for a long time. I mean, it's a waste of everybody's time. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. But thank you. But if that's something that the parties agree to, we would have no objection to it, because I suppose the whole country can see what an absurd waste of time this circus has been. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
So that everybody will stay in that same kind of spot so people get pictures. Again, if you want to be outside by the sidewalk, now, we're not going to get in the bubble when they walk by.
Okay, thank you so much. I had to run it. You're fine. Everything okay?
They're special.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, I'll check on that now, and then I think we should be exiting here. Okay.
We're screwed. We can't see around the crowd here.
Well, everybody takes just 2 steps back, guys.
I'm talking about this side, this body.
Thanks. Thank you.
Again, we're not going to
briefly, you all, because you're interested. After 7 hours of questions, the Republican majority ends the day with where they started. They have produced no evidence that would do anything to support the notion that there was any financial transactions that involved Hunter with his father, period. It seems to me that the Republican members wanted to spend more time talking about my client's addiction than they could ask any question that had anything to do with what they call their impeachment inquiry. So, as I said before, there is no evidence because there is no evidence, and today only confirmed that. Thank you.
Will you come back for a public hearing?
Will you do a public hearing? Mr. Biden, was the cocaine at the White House yours?
No, we're gonna have to move over, folks. We need to make a clear path over here. We need to make a clear path.
You guys to make a path.
Mr. Biden,
What's your message to Republicans?
I don't get him for the grain fork.